Hi everyone, this is Ajay from the studios and we are going to begin the webinar. I'll go across the table just to ensure that everybody who is supposed to join us is there. Mahima, are you there?
Yes, hi Ajay, I'm here.
Hi Mahima, welcome and thank you so much. Mahima joins us directly from Singapore. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Next we have Namrata. Namrata, are you there online?
Yes, I am. Hi,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Namrata. Thank you so much for joining in.
Sure.
Deepa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Very much here, Ajay. Glad to be back with Bajaj Alliance once again.
Thank you so much, Deepa, and what an honor to have you on this call. We will spend some time with your fantastic stories from the Paralympics in Malaysia.
Yeah, I'll be glad to share. I'm very happy to share.
Thanks, Deepa. We also have our Twitter winners from yesterday. Pooja, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Pooja. Cherry, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon.
Hi, Cherry. Okay, so let's get started, and just so that everybody knows that we are also joined in by, at this point I can see almost 55 or 60 people online viewing this webinar, and as we proceed I'm sure that more and more people are going to join us. Let's get started here. So my name is Ajay Dasgupta, and I'm going to facilitate this program. Just about a couple of weeks back we ended a fantastic 1-month contest that we did online on the most inspirational working women, which ended in a award ceremony. 3 very inspirational women won the awards. Anu Vaidyanathan, our first Ironman athlete, was one of them. We had Sucheta Kadathinkar. She did a solo trek across the Gobi Desert on foot. And Deepa Malik, who joins us today as one of the speakers, was also one of the judges for that contest. So welcome everybody. Just to set the context, we are going to discuss on Mother's Day, celebrating Mother's Day. We are going to talk about not the traditional thing about the role of mother in our lives or things like that, and we're going to talk about lessons that managers or leaders can learn from working mothers. And so let's get started here then with a small our title song for Bajaj Alliance. Here it goes.
ये किस प्यारी हिफाजत में हो बेफिक्री की हालत है यारा, बड़ी मजबूत बाहों में हो सूरज की हरारत, तुम्हारे रास्ते तूफान सहले मुस्कुराओ तुम, जियो हर लम्हा तुमको जिंदगी पीने की हालत है। अपनी हिफाजत बजाज आलियांज पे सौंपकर जियो निडर, जियो बेफिक्र।
Okay, we are also joined in by Jayapriya. Jayapriya, you are there. She's also one of our winners from the blogging contest yesterday. The Twitter contest yesterday. Jayapriya is with us, but we can't hear her right now. A very quick contest around the background to this webinar. Bajaj Alliance, it's the second largest private insurance company in India. We are also the second largest life insurance company in India, and we have set out to create the largest online community for women in India. We have a Facebook page which is very active, which is about 26,000, a little more than 26,000 fans on it. You can join us on our Facebook page on facebook.com/GeoBefikerWomen. We also launched our associated women's community website, which is geobefikerwomen.com. So please participate on all the fantastic activities that are happening on geobefikerwomen.com. Just to give you another heads up, we are also running a live contest, a live Twitter contest as we speak. all that you have to do is use the hashtag #MGMT lessons from mom, MGMT for management, so #MGMT lessons from mom. 5 best tweets win prizes, as we did in the previous webinar. Also tweet about your favorite speaker. What are you learning from the webinar? What are the key insights that we are getting from the webinar? So #management, that is MGMT lessons from mom. Okay, let me introduce our panel of speakers today. So the entire discussion once again is many questions that bother working mothers, and the real thing that we want to talk about is that what you don't get to learn in MBA colleges can be simply taught by working mothers. Our first panelist is Deepa Malik. Deepa, hi.
Hi Ajay.
So just to let everybody know, 3 times Limca record holder. She's on a wheelchair. She has waist down paralysis, but that doesn't deter her from doing amazing things. She has done a rally to Khardungla. She's now preparing for the Himalayan rally, and she's just back from the Malaysian Paralympics. Deepa, a very quick word about how did things go in the Paralympics in Malaysia?
Malaysia was good, Ajay. Not to the satisfaction though, but I did not come empty-handed. I came back with 2 gold medals for the country and also a new Asian record for myself.
Super.
But my London dream is still a step away. I am working on going on another event to achieve that. So yeah, it was good, very good in a way, because I ended up becoming the first Indian woman to hold an Asian record in physically challenged sports. But the London dream is a step away. So it was a mixed, kind of a mixed bag that I came back with.
Fantastic. Deepa, we wish you luck for your preparations for the next Olympics, Paralympics, and so what events did you win the gold medals in?
I picked up my golds in discus throw and javelin throw. I play under the category of F53. When you say I'm waist down paralysis, that's a little wrong information. I'm chest below paralyzed.
Okay.
So when I say chest below, I don't even have a torso balance, and only half my lungs inflate. My bladder and bowel has no control. I have no sensation in my body below chest. And between the shoulder blades, I've already undergone 3 major surgeries, spinal surgeries. So the portion which is functional has the impact of surgeries, with almost 200 stitches between the shoulder blades. So only my shoulders and my arms function, and the rest of the body I have to deal with. I have learned to deal with.
This is amazing, Deepa, and with all this, you still managed to do a discus throw and a javelin. This is quite inspirational.
No, I'm equally proud of my biking skills. I hold a Limca record in biking, and I'm also proud of crossing River Yamuna 1 kilometer to set a world record swimming in my disability.
Wow! What else did we not know about Deepa Malik? I mean, this is amazing, and truly a great honor to have you on this call.
Thank you, sir.
Just to mention everybody that Deepa is also a mother of 2 young daughters, and some of the conversation that we want to drive about overcoming not only your physical, your mental, or the societal challenges to achieve what you want to achieve as a working mother.
Ajay, see, the word which is often used for me is physically challenged. So the challenge word is already there in my life, day to day, moment to moment, minute to minute. Because the moment, and I call myself a challenger, and very proud to be one, because I'm really happy, and I'm really glad that I had 2 of my daughters. My elder one is almost 22 years old, and my younger one is recently, we have celebrated her 17th birthday. So very proud to be mom of 2 girls. And I realized the time when I was getting paralyzed about 13 years ago, my children were just 8 and 3. And being a mom, being a mother, it gave me a lot of focus. It gave me a lot of determination. It encouraged me to overcome all the challenges. it was very challenging because firstly handling 2 young children, secondly you're totally bedridden, and I was made to sit only after 1 year of lying down in the bed because the surgery's impact was so severe, and I had to learn to deal with the new body. I had to learn to sit, to eat, to manage my bladder, to learn to bathe, to learn. So, along with that, I was bringing up 2 children. So I'm very glad that the disability and being a mom together gave me so much of focus in life that I ended up, and you're very right when you say moms are the actual real managers. I think I have mastered the art of time management. I have mastered the art of keeping my fears and my emotional traumas aside, because being a mother, you have to continuously be a source of inspiration to your children, because they say mother is the first teacher, and if the mother is not practicing what she's trying to teach her children, then I think she's a failure in terms of bringing up children. So all this really helped me in overcoming all the challenges that I had. And of course, what I personally advise to everybody, that it is all about mind over body. If you have learned your own potential and you have identified your dreams, and definitely you supplement it with a lot of hard work and perseverance, you can definitely overcome all the challenges and achieve everything. People really made a lot of doubts on my motherhood. They said, how am I going to feed my children? How am I going to educate my children? That inspired me so much that I ended up opening a garden restaurant with a purpose. And I ran that catering business for 7 years before I finally dedicated myself to Commonwealth training camps, and then Asian Games, and then World Championship, and now Olympics. But for 7 years I ran that, and I adopted 14 poor children. And through that project of restaurant, they worked with me during the day. They went and attended college. At the same time, I had a very strong backup of 5 cooks, because I was useless in the kitchen. I could not really cook for my children with this disability. But I understood my potential and I followed a dream. And there my children had the best of the tiffins in the school, because I had a Chinese cook, an Indian cook, an English cook. So they were cooking their tiffins, and there was a competition between the cooks also, who's going to give a better tiffin to the child. So my working and my going on to become a working mother helped me create an infrastructure around me where I had help which was readily available in my disability. At the same time, my children had the best of food to eat. So I guess that is how it is. The life is going on,
yeah.
And now of course I've joined the world of sports.
Yeah, thank you so much, Deepa, and we will come back to you with all the stories around there. Let's move on to after this fascinating interaction with Deepa Malik. Let's move on to our next panelist. We have Namrata joining us. Namrata also, she's a talent development expert. Over 13 years of experience in the field of learning, development, talent management, people, HR. And she is also a specialist in coaching women who are trying to, come back into work. Namrata, hi. Namrata?
Hi, Ajay. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Namrata, very quickly. So you meet a lot of. What is the main impediment which stops women from coming back into work after? After the children have grown to probably 1 year or 2 years? What is the key challenge that they face coming back into a career?
Yeah, I think interestingly, and we found this through a survey we recently conducted of working mothers, what women really want is flexible structuring of their workday. They are really looking at the ability to take a varied level of responsibility as and when their schedule permits, and the ability to take time off as and when required for as long as it is required. Now, obviously, it is a very tall order for any organization to be able to craft roles which are able to meet all of these requirements, and I think that becomes the biggest impediment for women, even though they might really want to get back to their regular work lives after having children. But because the way organizations are structured, the way roles are structured, they are not necessarily carved around these three requirements. Women end up having to make the decision of quitting and hence, either start up something on their own or are into freelancing or are just at home, trying to figure out what they should be doing.
Okay, and I know that there is this fascinating concept that we discussed about during our conversations going into this webinar, and I want to spend some time on that later in the webinar so that all of our participants who are joining us live right now and who will be listening to the recorded version of this webinar can go through that. Thanks, Namrata.
Sure.
Okay, so going across the seas, we have Mahima also joining us. Mahima, hi.
Hi, Ajay.
Mahima is a part of the Bajaj Alliance, the Alliance family. She, at a very young age, she manages a huge profile. I think she's, is currently living out of the suitcase because her work takes her across all of Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, China. She's based out of Singapore, and she's also raising a 3-year-old daughter. Mahima, very quickly,
Yes, Ajay.
all the traveling and raising a daughter, does that must be challenging, right?
Yes, what I realized is that how we plan our lives and a bit of discipline and just planning makes it easier. For example, small things that I do, like at the beginning of the month, I put in my calendar all the dates that are important for my daughter, which means like all the public holidays or the school events are in my calendar already. And I have to plan my travel. So I plan my travel around, say, Thursday and Friday, so that then Saturday and Sunday I get to spend with her. So it's just how about to balance it, because it's like small things. I'm particular about what she eats. So I make a menu or a calendar for what I'm going to provide for her throughout the week. So it just makes it easier, because if you're planned and if you're disciplined, I think it just brings a lot more that you can do in terms of putting in more into your day and not feeling guilty about not bringing up your daughter well or not spending time with her. And I think it's just a balance that you create.
Fantastic. And Mahima, we'll come back to those pointers about time management a little later in the discussion.
Sure.
We were also supposed to be joined by Rupa Kocher. She is the head of HR. She was the head of HR for Bajaj Alliance, managing about 7,500 people. One of the youngest HR managers at the age of 26 or 27. She has a 4-year-old son, and currently she is expecting her second child, or as we are told, they may be twins on the way. So, but Rupa, because of sickness, could not join us today. But I really wish all the luck to her and good health to her. So moving on, just a quick reference. We are still getting a lot of Twitter, a lot of tweets on the hashtag #MGMT Lessons from Mom. So management lessons from mom. For all those who have joined us live, the 5 best tweets win prizes, and the contest is live as long as this webinar is live. So you have another 20 minutes to tweet away. Okay, so looking at our first topic of the day, which we are going to quickly have a discussion around, is and thanks Mahima for already giving us a lead into this. So the first thing that we wanted to discuss is multitasking, and I know that there is nobody better in the world to learn multitasking than from working mothers. I know a lot of working mothers get up at 5:30 in the morning, they send the kids to school, they then they go to work, they're managing work, and they come back. Sometimes if they have a flexible work timings, pick up children from school, or there is somebody to take care of the children at home, and then they come back in the evening and then again take care of things. So very quickly across the table, so we'll start with Mahima, and help us understand a little about the planning that you talked about, the multitasking that happens in a day, and how do you manage all these 5 different tasks that are happening together. Most importantly, my question is that when you are at work, how do you stop thinking about what your child is doing? Mahima.
Actually, I think as a mother, you can never stop thinking of what your child is doing, or her safety, or his safety, and how you're bringing them up. But I think, like I said, if you're planned and disciplined, a lot of it becomes easier. It's like this, if I know that, okay, I can attend 80% of her events in school, or be there when she meets parents around, I'm okay with missing out like the 10 or 15%, because I know I have to balance the two things. It may not be the best option when I'm traveling. I don't get to see her for 2-3 days at a stretch, but I make it up on weekends. And I think small things like, so just planning, like say for my travel, if I plan it in a way that, okay, I keep a travel kit ready, plan it in a way that I'm doing it on Thursdays and Fridays, or I know that on Saturdays she can spend the whole day with me. So just small things like maybe just planning her food and menu in advance. Now I have a helper here, so it becomes much easier because I know that she's getting a fulfilled day and she has a good routine. I ensure that she goes out every day, every weekend with us. She goes to the park in the evenings with me. Small things that you realize that, okay, quality time is what is important.
Okay, so what we hear Mahima say is that planning is something that working mothers do very well, and that seems to work for Mahima in terms of planning the week or the month ahead in time, so that multiple tasks and multiple priorities with raising a child and managing a job can be managed. Namrata, from your end, on this topic of multitasking, you meet a lot of women who are going through these career transitions. What would you want to say about this ability of working mothers to multitask? Namrata? Namrata, are you there? Okay, I think Namrata is not being able to hear us, but very interestingly, we have been doing a lot of study on the research that is going around here, and all the research seems to point in the direction that women definitely are better multitaskers than men. Not to say that men don't multitask, but women seem to handle these tasks much better. So going on from there to our next topic is, and this is a very interesting time to bring in some research. This is a research that Allianz conducted in Europe and other developing nations, and you can access this at knowledge.allianz.com. And the research clearly points that women in work boosts birth rates, at least in the developing nations. There is a relationship between female employment rates, birth rates, and prosperity overall for the family. More and more women joining work means that they can have better futures for their family, and this is and the picture that we have over here is one of the most profound images of our recent times. This is Italian member of the European Parliament, Licia Ronzulli, who is actually took her infant to the Parliament when the Parliament was in session and discussing working conditions for women in Europe. One of the most profound images coming across on this topic. Would love to see workplaces, environments, our Parliament, where working mothers can take their babies to work, have the freedom to nurse them, and to spend more time with them while they are at work. The question that we need to ask is, what are the correlations that we can draw in India? Birth rate is not a problem in India, but what correlations can we build in of women coming into work more and more, not as much as before starting a family, but joining work after starting a family? I don't know if there is any research, and Namrata, that would be a question to you. What is the correlation? What do you think, Namrata, is? Okay, I think we have lost Namrata from this call, but she's going to join in. Okay, so let's move on then to our next topic, is managing conflicting priorities. So, and I would ask this question first to Deepa. Deepa, so you have when you were raising your daughters and you wanted to also train for your events, sometimes your daughters want more attention from you, sometimes you want to give more priority to the work that you're doing. How do you manage these conflicting priorities?
Ajay, in my own right, in my own life, I have felt that within the family, mostly people are comfortable. It's only the social pressure which causes a lot of, unnecessarily pressure on a mother or a working mother, and the whole topic is sort of hyped beyond the limit. Because when I was paralyzed and doing nothing, yet the society had a problem with me bringing up my children, and there was a huge question mark. How is she going to manage? How is she going to bring up her children? And a couple of years later, when I did get up and I fought against my disability, I became a working mother. I started a catering business which would keep me till late out at nights. I had a proper restaurant running. Then also the society had a problem. Oh Lord, she's forever out. Either she's shopping for her restaurant or she's running around for outdoor catering. She's never home. So, hello?
Yeah, please continue, Deepa.
Yeah. So, it's the multitasking, and it is basically, it's how you inculcate that habit, that routine with your children. Like how Mahima said, how she's a very good planner. You will always find a working woman planning her household much in advance. And this is definitely the biggest lesson in time management and setting your priorities. Because definitely you have to prioritize. You have to sometimes drop something here and pick something there. So the balance is the essence. And I absolutely agree with that word, balance. And when you have struck a balance, and it also helps the girls when you're bringing up a child, and in a family the child also starts understanding the mother's working priorities, the mother's planning her household.
Yeah, please continue, Deepa.
So what I realized is that somehow when I was not working, my children were throwing more tantrums, and I was running around behind them unnecessarily. But when I started working, I realized my children were also more disciplined. My household was more disciplined. Our life was better planned. It is better planned even now. And now, of course, my children are grown up. But then parenting became so much easier. And children were more exposed. They would travel with me. They would go to events with me. And I found that my daughters have turned out to be beautiful ladies in spite of me working or being out of the home. When I compare them to my friends who are totally devoted housewives. So I am fortunate that I ended up being a working woman who was multitasking and organizing, and who's managing her time in a way that my children have a ready management school within the home, and then deriving all the inspiration seeing their mom. So I have ended up being a better teacher, a better mother, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, fantastic. And this is one of the things that we have consistently found in everything that we have researched on before selecting this topic of the webinar, that working parents, working mothers, have more confident students, children. They complete higher education more often, and there is a very high correlation between success and at least in the developing nations between the success of the working mother and the success of the children. Namrata is back with us. Namrata, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Namrata, we lost you for a moment, but the very interesting discussion going around time management and managing conflicting priorities. Question to you is that you work with a lot of women who are coming back from childbirth, starting their career back again. What do you think are the key? We already spoke about this a little bit, but what do you think are the key things that women need to start doing when they are looking at that career transition?
Yeah, I think this continues to be a topic of hot interest amongst all working women, and I think what we have really found is that there emerge three top things, if you were to look at prioritizing them, that women end up doing. The first is many of them opt for working for fewer hours, which might mean that they choose to do part-time work, but essentially the idea is not to go back into the same stressful environment, because as we heard Deepa say, the need is really for women to multitask, and you do need to establish a system which is able to support your life once you have children. The other thing that women tend to do is essentially utilize their past experiences. So either they would negotiate for other roles, or in some cases even quit to start their own business, because at the end of the day, what remains key of key importance is really their family and their children. The third thing, which is again an interesting trend that we are seeing, is that women are really looking at using education as a way of enhancing their knowledge while they are on a career break, and this might be an extended leave of absence from their company, or it might be the fact that they have quit and they are now preparing for a new career. So apart from the planning that we heard about when Deepa was talking about managing life post having children, I think these are really the top 3 trends that we are seeing women resort to be able to manage their lives much better. And the other thing I do want to say is that one of the things that we often don't spend enough time on is to think about life afresh. So having a child is really an opportunity to press the restart button and to be able to then say, okay, now I have some time to think about what is it that I really want to be doing. Do I even want to continue to do this kind of work? Because magic happens when you have a child, and your priorities change, your world changes, your focus changes, what gives you happiness changes. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for women to sit back, to think about what is it that's really of value to me, and how do I design my life in such a way that I'm able to be happy every day, rather than look for happiness in just some select moments which are left over at the end of the day when I really don't have the time or energy to think about anything.
Okay. Very profound and very interesting thoughts about flexible timings, restarting your life after you have had a child, and I think there needs to be a lot more discussion in the civil society about women getting back to work and taking their career seriously, apart from managing the home and raising a child and managing these priorities, which they seem to be doing very well in any case. So why not promote workplaces such that they can come back and join. Thanks, Namrata, for your thoughts. We quickly also go across to Jayapriya. Jayapriya, you're there?
Yeah, I'm here, Ajay.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, so Jayapriya is, she's a blogger. She won a Twitter contest yesterday, and also she's a motivational speaker. So Jayapriya, very interested to know your thought about the topic that we are discussing about women managing conflicting priorities.
Ajay?
Yeah.
Essentially, when we look at 2-3 things, when we look at issues at the workplace, issues about multitasking, I don't think it's extremely gender specific. It applies to as much men as much as it does to women in both spheres. It's about, in my view, it's about leading a happy and an effective life, combining both success and happiness together that makes maximum meaning for everybody. But challenges in an Indian context, in an Indian culture, are very specific, because a woman does a lot more at the household front than possibly a man chips in. So there are certain skills. I look at it because I'm essentially a leadership facilitator. I look at the entire issue as a manner of increasing competency, of making our lives more worthwhile, making our lives more productive and also happy at the same time. So there are certain things which I somehow feel if working women could integrate into their lives, it could make their lives more simpler, more happy and easier too, which would be something at looking at issues without eternalizing it, taking less stress and less accountability on themselves. Women do tend to feel guilt more than men do. So So not considering oneself as a superwoman, to take things lightly, to live with more laughter and with more emotional intelligence, which is not to perpetualize issues. I think all this, if a lady were to integrate it into her day-to-day life, will help her be more productive, will help her be more happy. Eventually, it's true for men as it is for women that achievement is not a male thing. A woman likes to have a sense of achievement. All of us want to lead lives which are worthy, which makes meaning not only for us but for others as well. So it becomes important that we look at happiness as a goal rather than success as a goal. So once you look at things that can make you happy, I think success falls in place. And then whether you're able to manage the household front and the work front optimally is just a matter of time. I really think we can do. I've been doing it for 18 years. I've grown up children. I do work full time. I take care of the house. I somehow feel the only thing that possibly makes it all light is a sense of humor. Need to take things a little lightly. Take a lot of support from people. Fortunately in India we can rely on support, either paid support or familial support. All this I somehow feel makes a woman's day much lighter.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thanks, Jayapriya. Those are very powerful thoughts again. And, I'm sure that one of the things that I was thinking while you were talking about this is that, how do we inculcate those values of equality, the values of gender equality, on taking on responsibilities right from childhood when boys are raised in Indian families. I think a lot of the cultural context, the cultural dialogue that happens between a mother and a male child also needs to start happening, because those value systems start forming very early in life. I think those are some of the other discussions that we need to start doing at a large level in the society. Okay, so let's move on. And very interestingly, there are two other points which I'm not going to spend too much time on, because we have a very interesting piece from Namrata coming up. And Jayapriya also mentioned, but very interesting report again from the Grameen Bank. If everybody knows about this, this is the microfinance institution. The founder won a Nobel Prize for this. Very interestingly, they have more than 9 out of the 12 board of directors as women. The bank is a bank which gives microfinance to rural and poor people. They have a loan repayment rate of 99.6%. And one of the largest loan repayments are from women who are the primary borrowers. And very interestingly, the discussion is again about, do women make better financial decisions? And the research really shows that when women make financial decisions, the greater disposable income goes into improved nutrition for the family, the health status of the family, housing, and the overall well-being of the family. So as a society, as a nation, we have clear indications of getting women back into work and allowing them this freedom to participate in the income and the livelihood generation. Again, as I mentioned, please access the website knowledge.allianz.com. Fantastic resources researched by our knowledge community based out of Munich, based out of Germany on this. We also talked about, Jayapriya quickly mentioned about emotional quotient and empathy. I will not spend too much time on this, because looking at the time that we have, another interesting research that we wanted to talk about is that worldwide, specifically in the developed nations and the richer nations, a very interesting pattern is appearing that women are becoming, not only more financially independent, but they will control more wealth than men in the developed nations. This is across the European nations, across North America. This is a feature that we are starting to see, and as more and more women come into a workplace in India, we are going to see that trend. Some amazing facts again from this research done by Allianz.
Thank you.
Women tend to live about 8 years more than men across the world. So very quickly, what kind of social security, what kind of health security? We are an insurance company, so it's very interesting for us to know what kind of insurance, health and life insurance questions that we need to raise about health care and life insurance care and social security post-retirement for women specifically. We see that there are very few women who have a primary health insurance. There are very few who still look at a life insurance for themselves, and these are questions that we need to start asking. Very interestingly also, men are 3 times more likely than women to take greater risks while investing. Yeah, so there is an interesting thing about there that men feel that they are better at investments, but as Jayapriya said, it's not about one gender being better than the other, but these are some data that has come up from the research. Another quick funny data point, a humorous data point is that money is 20 times more likely to trigger arguments in a marriage than sex. So that's a very, very interesting piece, and talks about how men and women look at financial management very differently. So also goes to the question is that what kind of financial management education do we provide to young women in our households? Fathers talk to their sons about stock exchange, putting money into stocks, managing tax, managing the finances. What kind of conversations do we have in our families with our daughters? That's one of the important things to talk about. Finally, it all boils down to this fact that women are able to bring in greater harmony to the world around them with the abilities to multitask, manage time, prioritize, the empathy that they bring to everything, and the emotional quotient that they bring to everything. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time with this. We already spoke to Deepa Malik about the overcoming challenges. I'll come back to you, Deepa, but before that, we need to go to Namrata. And Namrata, tell us about this concept, my life, my design. We already spoke a little bit about it, but please help everybody understand this concept a little more.
Sure. So like I said, a great opportunity for women, especially post-motherhood, to really think about what is it that they would like their life to live like. And let me, take some time to walk us through some 3 simple steps which, we can do ourselves or with the help of a coach to figure that out. The first is really to be able to discover yourself. And by that, I mean asking yourself questions relating to what kind of a person are you? What are the things that excite you? What is it that, I really want? Also, another critical question to answer is, at the end of the day, what is it that gives me most happiness and is of most value to me? The next step really is to be able to document our dream life, and by that I mean, either pictorially, you just draw up something or sketch something or write down, what is your ideal week going to look like, and then look at if that's really the kind of person you are, if that's really what your dream life is, then what does it mean if you were to bring that to reality and hence design your life? And interestingly, this might at some point in time even involve asking yourself the question, are you staying in the right place? Is this the right city for you? Is this the right kind of work schedule for you? Are you in the right relationships? It does involve a fair bit of tough questioning, so to say, but at the end of it, what emerges is a beautifully crafted life which is certain to give you sustainable happiness.
Okay, very interesting, and I found this thought very powerful, that women right after coming back into their careers, sitting down, and as you said, there's a very interesting piece by Oprah Winfrey when she came into India, and she said that she has a vision board, and she puts everything up on the vision board and tries to achieve those. Very similar to this concept of visualizing that you talked about, and putting things in front of you and saying, here is what I want to achieve out of my life. Yeah. So thanks, Namrata, and this is a very powerful thought. What we will do next is very quickly also introduce our please remember that you can ask your questions using the chat window or through Twitter. Just mention at Bajaj Alliance, and we will respond to those questions. And I'm afraid we are running out of time very fast here. We are still running our Twitter contest, MGMT Lessons from Mom, #MGMT Lessons from Mom. We have received more than 100 tweets already throughout the day. Some fantastic participation happening. on Twitter on this. I also wanted to talk about briefly about a very interesting health insurance product that we have specifically for women. It covers critical illness, the 8 specific critical illnesses that afflict women in India, and please visit our website to learn more about this. And also, I'm told that we also have Cherry and Pooja. Cherry, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, Cherry, hi. Very quickly, you are a working mom. You have a 1-year-old daughter. From this discussion that we had till now, what is one of the key inputs that you would want to make in this discussion?
See, the thing I have to say is time management is most essential part of the life of a working mother. That is what I've become pro at. I have been managing my time for past 1 year. I am not working right now, and I have taken up a job recently only where I am doing the work from home kind of a thing. So time management is an essential thing. I just work like a horse when my daughter is sleeping, and I try to pack up the whole day of work in 1 or 2 hours while she sleeps. That is the best thing I do. And obviously side by side I play with her, keep feeding her and doing my job as such. That is how I'm managing my time. So that is the only thing that I think a working mother needs to concentrate the most on.
Yeah, and it's thanks Cherry for this, because across the board people say that time management and prioritizing seems to be the biggest skill that pronounces success in any career. So thanks for this.
I wake up very early and I try to finish up the work while she's sleeping. That's the only thing I do all the time. Thanks
for this input. We also have Pooja. Pooja, are you there online? Pooja?
Hi,
yeah.
I'm here.
Pooja is a young blogger. She is, and very interestingly, she wants to do an MBA with her mom. So, Pooja, tell us a little bit about that.
Hi, actually, I'm preparing for MBA. My mom got paralysis last year, and she's fighting with that, and she always wanted to do MBA. But she could not do it because she was raising us, she was doing job, she raised us because my father died when I was very young, and I really want her to MBA degree. I know she can do it. It's because of her I can always, did my planning well. She always did a perfect planning for everything. So I really want to do my MBA with her. That would be an honor for me, doing the MBA with my mom.
It's throughout this journey that we have had with Geobasica Women, we have been listening on these such amazing and inspirational stories. Thank you, Pooja, for sharing this thought that you want to do an MBA with your mother, who is currently afflicted by a paralysis. But we wish her luck and you luck, and wish her good health in future.
Thank you.
So I guess this is that takes us towards the end of this webinar. I think we have had some brilliant discussion and topics being discussed here. Specifically, this concept of My Life, My Design by Namrata. Namrata, I hope that your work that you're doing with young women can be carried forward through blogs or through the coaching sessions that you're doing across India. So we can see more and more women coming back into the workplace.
Sure, absolutely. There is a plan for that, and I will keep you all posted.
Cool. Finally, here are the winners from the tweeting session that we did day before and yesterday. Today's Twitter winners will be informed through our Twitter handle. Some of the tweets that we received, which were outstanding. And I want to quickly talk about, and you can see the tweets from day one, which won the awards. The 5 tweets which got got the awards on day one. Here it is on day 2. That was yesterday. Interestingly, Pooja, and we spoke to Pooja and Cherry, who also won the Twitter award. And so that is the Twitter contest. We already received more than 120 tweets. Very interestingly, throughout this, I haven't informed everybody, but we are joined live across India by more than roughly about 120 odd people. Thank you so much, everybody who's joining us live for this session. This has been absolutely brilliant, bringing this to you and interacting with all the the inspirational stories of women that we have heard here. So the final surprise for the Mother's Day, and I want everybody to just hold on and see this. This is the story of Sindhutai Sapkal. She works out of Pune. One of the most inspirational stories that we came across. She runs I could go on talking about this, but we'll look at a teaser for her video. She has raised more than 1,400 children. All of them call her Ma, which means which is mother, of course. And the team here had a chance of interacting with her personally, shoot a video with her. We are working with her organization in terms of how we can support the activities that she is doing. And the Mother's Day that we celebrate tomorrow, Bajaj Alliance dedicates this to Sindhutai Sapkal and the amazing work that she is doing. I'm going to play a very short video on her, and I hope you enjoy seeing this. This will be available also on our Facebook channel very soon. Okay, so as I said, please log on to geobefikrwomen.com and our Facebook handle, which is facebook.com/geobefikrwomen. The entire documentary that the team shot with, we are unable to show the entire video right now due to reasons of time, but it is available on our site. Please visit our website, geobefikrwomen.com. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining in for this webinar. We hope to continue this, and we will shortly announce the next topic of webinar. Thank you so much, Deepa. Deepa, you're still there?
Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you so much for sharing everything. Mahima?
The best part of this was a man hosting it.
Thank you so much.
and announcing and realizing the potentials that women have as managers and mothers and time managers and financial managers. So it's very interesting to hear a man say all that. And I must also say that a successful working woman has a more successful marriage also. Because if she's happy in what she's doing, she's definitely having the best life partner with her, who's supporting her working hours, who's supporting her motherhood, and who's there like a rock solid pillar of support with her.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Deepa, and I really wish you all the success in the work that you're doing, and hope you get that Himalayan rally which you have been craving to do. And
no, that I have finished doing.
Oh,
I've already
fantastic!
made my Limca record driving across 9 high altitude passes.
Okay, great. Thanks,
Deepa. It's the Olympics that is left now.
Okay. Wish you luck with the Olympics. Namrata, thank you so much. Namrata, are you still there? Thank you so much for your participation and this great discussion around this concept of designing your own life.
I loved it. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, and thanks also to Cherry, Pooja, and Jaypriya, who joined us, who are the winners of the Twitter contest. Thank you so much, everybody. With that note, we end this webinar and see you next month with another interesting topic. Thank you so much, and signing out from the studios here. Thank you so much, and bye. Have a great day.